interesting podcast today. I just met this gentleman. I was actually on his podcast recorded last week, which will hopefully be out soon. I believe it's in April. I think you said you were going to be pushing that out. So I'm very excited about the opportunity to share some interesting folks with you, share some interesting content with you, and ask a lot of really good questions. As you know, this is going to be going posted every single Tuesday. So again, I welcome the opportunity and I welcome the challenge of having a podcast. So I would like to introduce you to Lanny Lockmandis. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on, Stan. It's a pleasure to be on your podcast, and I enjoyed having you on mine. Definitely will let you know when that gets posted.
I'm looking forward to it. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you were in a very interesting marketing niche, right? We talked about cold emails just a few minutes ago. Tell me a little bit about your company, yourself, how you got started.
Yes, so I'm a little bit of a serial entrepreneur. I do a few things. Owner of country ATMs and country vending. With those, I put ATMs and nightlife vending machines into businesses, the vending machines, specifically bars and clubs, where I sell nicotine out of those. And it's been doing really well. I've been growing here in the Middle Tennessee area. And I'm also the CEO of a company called Crentalo. We help businesses generate consistent qualified clients through an AI-powered growth engine. And I started that in about the middle of last year, so it has been going really well. I'm able to get businesses qualified clients booked straight into their calendar without them doing anything. My AI is able to communicate with the clients, handle objections, speak to them for you on your behalf, and book them right into your calendar so you can focus on what's most important, getting that sale and talking to the clients.
Wow. Okay, that's exciting. So you said you're a serial entrepreneur. What is it in your background, maybe your childhood, how did you start out becoming an entrepreneur? What was the first thing that you actually sold?
The first thing that I sold was fireworks. So I grew up in a family that sells fireworks. We still do it today, Country Fireworks. We have about 10 to 15 retail fireworks stores around Middle Tennessee. And that was kind of where I got my sales experience growing up, was slinging fireworks in a tent. Typically right around 4th of July, people come in and everyone loves fireworks. They love celebrating America's independence, right? So it was a fairly easy thing to sell compared to some of the things that I'm selling right now, but that is where I got my experience, just learning all about the fireworks. And I believe in sales, the more product knowledge you have, the better you're going to be at selling what you're selling. And that's kind of where my expertise started with fireworks. I could tell you anything and everything about fireworks. If I had a passion for anything, it would definitely be fireworks. I love shooting them. I love selling them. I love making people happy when they come and buy the fireworks, when they come back and be like, oh, I love that. You know, that was so much fun for my family. That's what really makes me happy. And that's kind of what started me in sales and what kind of drove me to keep doing sales throughout my life.
Now, did you get any kind of formal training? I mean, I was on a call a few hours ago. I was talking to a gentleman about Jordan Belfort. We talked about spin selling, and there was a couple other methodologies that we talked about. Did you actually read books? Did you attend seminars? What's one or two ways that you became a sales hustler?
So I don't have any books on fireworks, but I have attended quite a few seminars. There's all kinds of seminars around the country for fireworks. These big wholesalers hold, and I've been to them, and they have all kinds of things where they teach you about the firework, teach you some sales methods. But like I said, it really came down to them teaching me the knowledge that I needed about the fireworks, right? So when people come in to buy the fireworks, they don't really might not know what they're looking for. They'll just say, I'm looking for something that does this. So I have to then point them to the specific firework that does that, right? So that's kind of where the knowledge base came into the sales. When you appear confident to the client and you show them that you know what you're talking about, that puts them at ease and helps them buy from you.
Wow. Okay. Okay. That's exciting. And so you said you started this business about a year ago. Your current business.
Yeah. It's been less than a year, probably about half a year.
Okay. And so you said you're seeing some success. What kind of industries are you serving right now?
Staffing and recruiting specifically.
Okay.
The cold emails work great for that. I mean, I can send anywhere from 10,000 emails a month to 100,000 plus. And like I said, it takes away from having to manually send these emails out, manually reply to them. Like I said, the AI does all that. You're able to upload your business's knowledge base into the AI, so that when a customer sends an objection or asks questions, the AI is already trained on your business and is able to reply for you. And the inbox, the emails are linked to your calendar, so it knows what spots you have open, what spots are closed. So it's able to send out a calendar link or send out times to the clients to actually book them into your calendar for you.
And you were telling me you get on a good month, you can, a client will average 15 to 20 good conversations.
Easily. And that also depends on how many emails you send out. Some people don't want to start so aggressive. Some people don't have the time to start so aggressive. So it's really customizing. And if you want to start slow and then ramp up as quick as you can, that is completely up to you.
Okay. So that's actually exciting because you mentioned AI. Talk to me a little bit about the AI aspect of this.
So, like I said before, the AI aspect, I believe that the human touch is still very much needed when it comes to AI. But what AI is doing is it's making everything much quicker and much more efficient. As a business owner, you're juggling so many different things. You're juggling employees, you're juggling emails, you're juggling actually closing the sales, overhead. So what AI is doing in general, and what my AI specifically is taking away those hours of work that you would have to find sourcing these clients, or maybe you're paying an employee to do this for you, right? And that's also on payroll. Whereas my AI can do that for half the price. Half the price. Yeah.
Okay. So you see everybody out there that's listening to this? AI does work. You just have to manage it effectively, right? That's really what it comes down to. Me personally, I love AI. I use a lot of AI, especially, being self-employed, sometimes being a one-man show. In some cases, I use it for a lot of things. I'm using even my background right now, right? AI, right? So it's important, but you have to be able to effectively, properly manage it, and you have to not just set it and forget it, right? That's what happens in my industry a lot with a lot of these BDCs, right? Business development centers and dealerships. They're starting to kind of like die off a little bit because everyone's thinking AI is going to do the trick. But here's the thing: there's a lot of AI out there that takes 10 seconds till you hear them respond. Like, I don't know about you, but I can tell in 10 seconds if I'm talking to an AI robot or not. But after I started to notice it in the last 6 months, I'm starting to notice there's better quality, which tells me that AI is growing, leaps and bounds. AI is definitely growing. So give me something about mindset, right? So I love it. You're a natural hustler. So give me something about mindset. Like, how do you get yourself in the game to motivate yourself to do this? Like, I know me, when I wake up in the morning, I'll do YouTube for 15, 20 minutes and get myself in the game. How do you get yourself in the game every single day?
I mean, really, it's similar to what you do. The way social media is, it's a platform that you can use to mindlessly scroll, or you can use it to motivate yourself. So I have books, I have TikTok and Instagram, and I just have tailored my algorithm to give me stuff that is useful to me, stuff that I can watch and listen to that motivates me, that gets me fired up. And that's the way I don't think people use social media. And they use it for the mindless scrolling, but I use it to look for things that motivate me, videos and conversations that really motivate me and get me fired up. Instead of just watching random stuff, I try to really watch things and listen to people that really motivate me.
So you listen to a lot of podcasts?
Yeah. Podcasts and honestly just a lot of short motivational clips just to get that stuff into my brain, right? It's all about what you put into your eyes and what you put into your ears. It resonates throughout the whole day.
So give me 3 examples of who you've been listening to that you might recommend for others, myself included, to actually watch and start consuming some of their content.
One that comes right off the top of my head is David Goggins. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Love David Goggins.
Navy SEAL. So I read his book probably about a year ago, and I love listening to his stuff. He's definitely hard at it. He does some extreme things, but he's very inspiring.
The guy lost 100 pounds in like 3 months.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. It's extreme, like I said, it's extreme, but it's a mindset, right? It's a mindset that works to have, and just staying hard, staying resistant to all the trials and things that tempt you in the world. But as for the other two, I can't think of anything specifically. I really just listen to random motivational clips from a whole bunch of different people on my algorithm.
What's your take on like Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V?
Oh, I like him. I do. I've listened to his stuff. It was interesting. He said something about if you're just starting out, going to yard sales and go and buy things at yard sales for cheap, and you can resell them for a great profit online, and that's something I thought was really interesting. I haven't tried it, but I think the yard sale thing would be really interesting to try, especially with summer coming up and people starting to have yard sales. You can get some great deals on yard sales. I think I bought a treadmill for $20 at a yard sale that I still use like 7 years later. And it's crazy that you got a treadmill for $20.
Yeah, you can probably flip it for 50 or 60. I mean, I have some sports cards from when I was younger that I'm just like, I wonder if I can make some money, because I could care less. Like I'm not a baseball card collector per se, but I have some from when I was a kid. They're still in a box, and I'm like, maybe I should sell it. The older I get, the less junk I'm gonna have around the house. Like, especially because once you're gone, like, what do you do with all this stuff? I have behind me. I have 14 guitars. I play guitar, but I have.
I play guitar too.
Oh, you do?
I do.
How many do you have?
I only have one. I haven't played it in a long time, but I did take guitar lessons for about 12 years through my childhood and through my teenage years. So I probably picked the guitar up maybe last year or two, but I just don't have the time to. But it's always there. I still have the knowledge. I know how to play. So maybe when I'm a bit older and not working so much, I can sit down and strum the guitar again.
See, here's my secret is simple. I go on YouTube, I find backing tracks, and I just jam, and I put myself on record for 3 minutes. It sounds cool, one take, I put it on YouTube or TikTok, and a few friends like it, and it's great, and you get that, and it's a little ego boost, like, oh wow, I'm great. I don't try to learn a lot of new stuff. I will take something and make it my own, and I'll play it in my own way. And I'm never going to play stuff note for note. One, because sometimes I get a little lazy to learn it, but two, because it just sounds cooler when you put your own spin on stuff. But no, I have 14 guitars, and I'm talking about selling 5.
That's amazing.
I have like 3 in a closet I don't even touch. If they're going to be in a closet, might as well sell them, make some money, right? I have Eddie Van Halen's guitar here. I have a Gary Moore guitar here. I mean,
that's awesome.
So I'm at the point now where I like having the more expensive stuff than the less expensive stuff. The less expensive stuff was great when I was coming up. No, that's very cool. What are some other hobbies you have? So you play guitar very rarely, do a lot of sales. What do you do for fun?
I'm honestly a movie buff. I love sitting on the couch, watching movies and TVs. I've seen so many movies. I'm a homebody. I'm happy to sit at home with my wife and just watch movies all night.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. I like sales hustler movies. Like I was talking to my buddy earlier today, Boiling Point, or is it
yeah,
Boiler Room?
yeah.
I'm sorry, Boiler Room. We're talking about Boiler Room, right? That that's one. I love Wolf of Wall Street. I was on a
Yeah,
call
yeah.
earlier. The guy had his book. Yeah, it's comical. It's entertainment to watch all the crazy stuff. But if you look at the business part of it, like how he sells, right? How he speaks to people, how he changes tone, right? Sell me this pen. Like it's cool. I don't know if that's one of your favorite movies. It's definitely one of mine.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love Wolf of Wall. I haven't seen it in a long time. I watched it back in the day, close to when it came out. But no, I do love it.
Then
Yeah,
one that
yeah.
comes to mind is Used Cars. Kurt Russell.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's from like 1980s. A used car salesman. That was
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
movie. Then there's another movie called Suckers. It's a car sales movie.
I didn't know there were so many car sales
movies.
movies.
Oh, there are. There's quite a few. Then there's The Goods, Don Reddy. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yeah. I haven't.
Used cars. I just think about the scene. If you ever get a chance to watch it, it's funny, where he puts $1 on a lure and then he puts it out there to go fishing across the street, and the customer at the other dealership across the lot sees it, and he starts to follow the dollar and he reels him in, and he gets up and says, "Hi, welcome to ABC Motors." I thought it was funny.
Nice.
I find myself with movies lately. I find myself watching more Netflix and Amazon Prime. I don't find that there's that many good movies that are being released these days. The classics are still the classics.
No, yeah, I agree. I'm someone that will rewatch movies 10 times, especially if I like it, because you always, well, when you rewatch something, you always get little nuggets that you didn't catch the first time. Especially if it's a well-made movie. Rewatching, you get so much more out of a good movie than you did watch versus the first time you watch. You catch things you didn't notice the first time, and it's a good experience.
What's your favorite movie that you've seen in the last maybe 3 months?
I think one of the top movies of last year was called Weapons.
Okay.
It was a thriller horror movie. I think it got nominated either an Emmy or Oscar. And I think they're sniffing it in Scary Movie 6. The Scary Movie 6 trailer just dropped, I think, today or yesterday. And they are, I think, they're sniffing Weapons of that.
Is it Scary Movie 6 or is it 7? I'm confused.
It's 6. It's number 6.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I saw that recently. I'm like, how many can they do?
Yeah. It's been over 10 years since they made one.
Is there anything in that movie in Weapon, and I haven't seen it, but I wrote it down to watch. Is there anything in there that you can maybe relate to business?
No, it's really a straight horror thriller.
Horror thriller, okay. What about have you watched anything in recent times that you could relate to your business?
Honestly, no, I haven't watched any business-related movies recently.
Okay.
I typically try and cut my brain off when it comes to TV time for business, because that's kind of my getaway from business.
Yeah.
So I kind of just chill back and kind of enjoy.
Have you watched The Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix?
I haven't.
That's a good one. Have you ever watched the movie The Lincoln Lawyer? Matthew McConaughey was in it.
I don't think so either.
I recommend it. I think it's a wonderful movie. I mean, he's a lawyer who had some issues, but he's a very good lawyer. He operates out of the Lincoln, has a driver, but they just released the fourth season on Netflix, and it's phenomenal. And he actually went to jail, and he was battling getting out. He got framed for murder. What I love about it is, to me, being a speaker, facilitator, to me, it's learning how to say things, how to listen, how to react, or how not to react. I love Suits is another one I used to watch, right?
Yeah.
Because I love the back and forth, and I love just the analyzing of the communication. I talked about this in the last podcast. I wrote this book, right? The Conversation Effect. So, that's why I asked, what have you watched in business? Because for me, whatever, I like to try to implement as much as I can with what I do with dealing with people. So we're at 2:58 right now, so we're almost at the end. What is two good nuggets that you would love to share with the community on maybe entrepreneurship, on getting their mind right? What are some things that you would love to see people do or implement to make a better version of themselves?
Perseverance, especially if you're going to go in sales, don't be scared to be told no. Because you're going to get a lot of that. You're going to have to develop a hard skin, and you're going to have to be okay with being told no, because you're going to get that a lot. And the next no is just another no closer to the big yes that you're waiting for. So really, just don't give up and keep persevering. And another one would be always network. Be okay with meeting new people and talking to new people, because sometimes that person might be your doorway to the big deal or your next big thing that you're doing. So be an open book and be willing to always network and speak to new people.
I love that, and that's a really good one, especially for me. Because I'm doing it constantly. I just got off a call before we got on the phone where we were talking about that. I had to qualify my networking skills with certain potential clientele, right? And so that's very important. If you know me, when there was a moment when I was really broken. I needed to go out to a convention. I went out on my last $900, to go out and meet people. And sometimes that's what you have to do, to survive the hardships. Bet on yourself. So that's really, really cool. So Danny, tell me, tell the audience, where can we find you? How can we find you? Website, email, phone, so that maybe people can find you. Maybe they have an interest in doing some business with you.
So my website is just quintalo.com. And if you want to find me on socials, on Instagram for my country vending, my country vending handle is just so you can find me there and message me there.
Wow. Okay. That's exciting stuff. Well, listen, I want to thank you so much for your time. I know it's
Thanks for having me on
there, but let's keep in touch, and I look forward to sharing in your success.
Will do. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you.